What up, this is your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD, and thanks again for checking out another one of my videos. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you are here. Appreciate the support. So I'm back with a video. This is going to be a review on me going to Cuba. It's been several years since I was in Cuba. I'd say about 4 to 5 years now, or maybe no, about 3 to 4 or 5, somewhere around that time. I have to relook at the stamps of when the last time I went. And I can tell you this, a lot has changed since I was there. When I stepped out at the airport, I actually noticed it. I started seeing newer cars than before. One thing I say that the people, as usual, they are great, friendly. They identify, they can see us Americans a mile away. As soon as they see us, they will yell out, American. So, they are very personable. But one thing to know that, they will look at us as walking dollars. So if you run up to anybody that's on the street or whatever, they will run up to you more than likely, because they will notice you first before you notice them. And the first thing they're going to try to do is going to try to sell you several things. Either they're going to try to sell you a cigar, or they're going to try to sell you of changing money, or they're going to try to sell you whatever you can think of. It's just so many things they will try to sell you. They'll try to hustle you. So that's just the thing about it. They're not hustling to try to, take like money, like try to screw you, but they're hustling to make money, because basically, in so many words, an average Cuban will make about $15 a month. So if they can make a little extra money, that's why they're going to do what they could do to try to make that extra money, so to make their life a bit better. So now let's jump into the whole thing of me entering into the country. Of course, I had no problems, because for me, I stated that I was going to go visit family. So because of that, I had no problems entering into the country. But immigration will drill you on several reasons. Well, they will ask you several reasons, not have several reasons, but they will ask you why you were there. They will go down all the steps of how long you're gonna be there for, who you're gonna see, where you're gonna stay at, and everything. So they want all that information, and this time it does seem like they're very uptight about it compared to most other countries. But it is what it is, because this is a communist country. They look at everything. It is what it is. So after going through immigration, once you're at the airport, you can actually purchase your SIM cards, so that you can have a Cuba cell network, whatever. You can use their cell network there in Cuba. So you want to make sure you purchase that there at the airport. This time around, I did not get a chance to do it, so I do not know how much it cost. I wish I had an opportunity, because when we were at the airport, so much was going on. We exchanged money and just running around doing some other things that I did not know that they actually had a store there. I was looking to do it outside the airport, somewhere in downtown or Cuba Havana or wherever, to try to find those stores. Well, I had problems with that, because of the fact that we're pretty late waking up and doing things. We never got a chance to get to the store on time to take care of that. So let's first touch on the whole money aspect of Cuba. And with that, what I want to do is I'm actually going to bring out a whiteboard to show you guys, to break it down to you what it is with the money and so forth, because it'll make more sense if I break it down like this for you guys, because there's a lot to take in when it comes down to the money. And it took me some time to really look at it and to see what was going on with the money. So this is the exchange rate, everything that's going on with Cuba. So let's say, for example, you have $300 and you want to exchange it for pesos. So the government rate is times whatever money you have times 110. It is also the airport. There's also guys at the airport that will try to, give you a better rate, which is the rate is 130, what they will charge you. And then if you go out to the streets, once you go out to Cuba Havana or wherever in Cuba, basically you'll see a range of 160 to 180. So say, for example, we have $300 and we go exchange with the government. That gives us 33,000 pesos, well, 33 mil pesos, which isn't much. So with the taxi guy that is at the airport, if you were to exchange with him, he has a rate of 130. If you exchange with him $300, you're looking at, you'll have 39,000 pesos, 39 mil, which is a bit better, but it's not good. Now, if you were to go to talk to someone on the street, someone who you trust, who is reputable, they will be between the range of 160 and 180. Let's say, for example, if they give you a range, if they give you about exchange rate of 180 with $300, you're walking away with 54,000 pesos, 54 mil. Well, that's good and all, but here's the problem. You know, if you look at this, if you look at it, well, I wouldn't say a problem. It's the fact that once you get an understanding of what is what, like the equivalent of what is, let's say, you know, a mil. 1 mil is the equivalent of $5. Once you understand that, then you're able to navigate using their money. So basically, with 1 mil is $5. Now we take that conversion. Let's take that money that we've actually received from either the government, the guy, the taxi guy, or even people on the street, and we'll be able to see how much money we lost. So let's say, for example, if you went with the government and you got 33,000 or 33 mil pesos, well, that's the equivalent of $165. So basically, your $300 now, you only have $165. Look at how much they stole from you. Well, I'm not saying stole, but that's the fees and everything. The taxi guy, 39,000. If you times that by 5, that's $195. So you still lost a lot of money from doing it that way. Now, if you work with the people on the street, you know, basically it'll be 270. That's the equivalent, the value of the 54,000, 54 mil pesos. Well, here's another thing. So as we're running around in Cuba, most people are requesting dollars now. They want dollars. So there is really no point in exchanging your money for pesos unless you're doing certain activities or so. Like if you're dealing with taxi drivers that are like not the authentic taxi guys, they will accept, you know, they do not accept dollars. They prefer pesos, like private drivers, whatever. So now, but any other taxis, they will take dollars or pesos, doesn't matter. Or the newer taxi, well, if we look at it here, before I go get ahead of myself, let's talk about taxi rates. So as you step out of the airport, basically, the newer style taxi, the newer cars, whatever, the yellow taxi, they want $30 every time you get in their taxi. Doesn't matter from what point A to point B, they're charging $30 no matter what. They'll tell you point blank $30. Now, the old school cars, like those old cars you see running around and so forth, some of the classics or whatever, they charge 2 mil. 2 mil, which is the equivalent of $10 to take you from point A to point B. For me, I stayed in the area of Bradado area, and with that, every time it was $10. Now you also have the option of going with private drivers, which, you know, these are people that actually live in the neighborhood and they will just drive you around and they have no problems doing that for you. And they'll charge about a mil or so, or less than a mil, take you from that area that you're at to Old Havana or whatever area or so. The only thing about it is that those cars are a bit slower. They're not as maintained well. They're not in safety, you know, I would say safety condition, you know, but take it at your own risk. And also they have these small little carts that you can ride in. So it's up to you. However you want to use whatever way, you have several options as far as moving around the city. So that's when it comes down to taxi. And when I said when it comes down to paying people with pesos, only this right here, these people for 1 mil, they're the ones that will accept more so pesos. They do not accept dollars because they don't really they like it, but they don't really have a need for it. Now, as most of the people that do that kind of business, the merchants and whatever you could think of, they're the ones that are quoting in dollars. Everything else that you do, you can use your dollars at the club if you want to. You can use your dollars everywhere. Purchasing, doing activities is what it is. You know, they're requesting dollars for some reason because the fact is they know that it has higher value and they just want it. That's just what it is. You know, so it works out. So basically, in so many words, I'm just saying, if you really want to spend your money on converting pesos, I would wait until after you go out into the neighborhoods to change your money for whatever you want to do. So I wouldn't do it at the airport. I would just spend the $30 as soon as you get out, use that money for the yellow taxi, go to your destination, and then just do what you got to do until you get to wherever you can change money. And even the people, let's say for example, if you do Airbnb, which I did, I'm sure most of you guys would do Airbnb. A lot of the hosts, they actually exchange money for you as well, and they'll do it at the 170 to 180 rate. for you guys. So make sure you talk to the people that own the Airbnb, and they will take care of you. Well, this is your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks for checking out the video. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.